about getting with Luke?
Yeah, so after we wasn't able to negotiate a deal or work out a deal with Luke's attorney, because I think if Luke was a little more involved, he probably would have paid us what we were looking for. But nevertheless, his attorney, turned us down, and we wasn't able to get what we want. So we head back to the lab, and I figure I got a party to do this weekend, so let me get all my records together and what I'm gonna spend at this wedding or whatever I was gonna be doing that weekend. And my boy Rod Whitehead, God bless him, he just passed away, just recently. He was in the group Side Effects, and we were label mates at Suntown at the same time. And but prior to us becoming label mates, he said, "Hey D, I met this guy, Merriweather. He owns his record label. He's trying to, come up. He's trying to be Luke's like competitor or something like that, or just be another place in the business out of Miami." So he said, "I want him to hear your joint," and I didn't have it copywritten. I didn't want it to go out of my reach or nothing like that. So I said, "Bring this guy by, and I'll let him check it out." So maybe a day later, after we go down to talk to Luke, and that didn't work out, uh, Rod Whitehead shows up at my house with Merriweather. So he comes in. "I heard y'all motherfuckers got a hit, man. Let me hear. Let me see what kind of shit y'all got going on over here. What's you doing with all these speakers?" And I was like, "Man, it's I DJ too." He was like, "All right, let me hear the song, man." So throw the track in, and he started bobbing his head. "Oh, man, shit, this a bona fide hit right here. This is a damn hit right here, dude. This." So he's going on and on. So he said, "So what y'all want? What is it gonna take to make a deal happen?" And I say, "Just money." And I started talking about the publishing, and but so he goes, "Well, you got a lawyer?" And I said, "No, we kind of read some books on the music business." So he said, "Well, come down to my office. We'll sign the contract. We'll talk about the money, and we'll see if we can get this record out there, and all of us will be rich." And he shook my hand, and he whizzed out the door. And he said, "Hey, don't sign that song to nobody else, because I want that mother." So I was like, "Okay." So true enough, a couple of days go by, we go down and talk to him, and he bring us upstairs in his office, and was a little bit intimidated. He had two other business people in there, and they all looked like gangsters and stuff. And I was like, "Yeah, we want $3,500. And he said, "What? $3,500? Ha ha, Bill, Bob, or whoever these other cats were. These want $3,500. Who you think you are?" And I was like, "We're nobody. But that's what we think the song is worth. So if you don't want to pay us that, we're still looking for a record deal." So I stood up, Juan stood up, because that was our plan. If nobody want to give us the money, we're just gonna walk out. So he said, hold on. So sure enough, later on we get to talking a little bit, and he ended up giving us the money. And prior to that, what almost killed the deal, and I had no idea what publishing was at the time. I didn't know shit. I just knew it was valuable from his reaction. So right when we were about to sign, I said, "We're gonna sign the record deal, but we want to keep the publishing." He goes, "What? Keep the publishing? You can keep no goddamn publishing? Who do you think you are?" You understand? He went nuts, and I didn't know what is the value of it, but he reacted so weird. I say, "Whoa, this publishing stuff must be this must be some valuable stuff." So I'm not gonna give it up. I'm just gonna walk out on a deal, even though he's giving us the money. This publishing thing sound like it is some valuable stuff, and maybe I need to consult with an attorney. So when I stood up, like I was like, "No, I want to keep the publishing, because I read in the book that it says the writer of the song is the publisher until he then turns around and sell it to someone else, and I don't want to sell it to you." And he says, "Okay, let's get this bullshit over with." So we actually inked the deal, and that was the beginning of my business in the music, the real business, because I learned so much from that experience from working with Suntown Records. It catapulted me into wanting to be a better businessman, want to never treat people the way I was treated in that situation. It made me a good executive for any artist that worked with me. And now, I'm on some other shit.